Big D. Hi, Eva.
Hey.
Hi. All the way from San Diego, California.
3 long days.
What's that?
3 long days.
I know.
Took off Wednesday.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
I saw you training in the gym yesterday. I'm like, oh, we gotta get Derik back on camera. It's time.
She was all jacked up.
Yeah, we had a great back there.
You guys have the best workouts together, I have to say. I've been following you guys on the story. It's unbelievable.
We definitely enjoy training with each other and a lot of
You have to be a little
smack
nuts to train with him. You know that, right?
Oh, I know.
A little bit.
Just as bad.
I know, that's what I say. She has to be a little nuts too.
She'd be like, you can do 10. I'm like, no.
That's what I just said. She has to be a little nuts to keep up with you. You have to be.
I was
So
like,
then he shows his crazy and does 15, so then I have to beat that number. So.
Oh, dude, that's dangerous.
no, it is. They're like, so there's a set we did last week with hack squats, and I haven't done 8 plates in that since I was like 36, 37, right? So we put 7 plates on it, banging out. And I'm thinking like, she's like 8, right? And it shows 12 reps. I'm like, can I just do 10? Right? And then all of a sudden I get to 12. If you watch the video, at 12 I go, fuck you. And I bang out 15, and at 15 she goes, do another one. So I 16. But it was so funny because I got off the machine and I was like, I'm like, I haven't done that since like 10 years.
I love it.
But it felt so good.
The worst part though, when that happens, it's always then my turn.
Yeah, you have to be smart. You have to. Yeah, that's the way you got to do
I'm
it.
always second to
Yes, that's right. He's got the experience on you. That's what it is. Well, welcome to Vegas. I'm really glad to have you here. You
I'm
both.
on the right trip for today.
Now the question is, do you have the full-time bodybuilding on any shirt?
No, I just have
No,
the Tampa Pro.
there's the Tampa. Okay, so
Doesn't it make it real when you have the shirt made?
that means something.
2021 Tampa Pro.
So you guys are both prepping for the Tampa Pro. What are we training today?
Chest.
Yes, okay. So we're going to train some chest. I want to talk to both of you guys. It's the first time we actually get to talk to Eva on camera. Dee's an old friend. We've been filming for years. God, I can't even remember the first time. I think it was with MD we filmed the first time.
Oh, yeah, way back, yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. So we go way back. It's aging us. That's okay.
Fine line, baby.
We don't care. All right, we'll let you guys check in.
I call him the ageless D, the OG.
I know. He looks better now than he did before. Awesome. All right. Good to have you guys. Back at Max Muscle Venice.
Deja vu.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Some new improved TV, huh?
I know. This is exactly. I had the old, the old TV back then. So we have a lot to talk about today. I'm so glad that I get to see you again because I saw you at the grand opening, but it was so crazy that day. We barely had the time to catch up, and so I'm so glad that you both came back to Vegas for a few days. So Amanda, Eva used to live there. So when you guys first started dating, you actually were doing the drive quite a bit.
Back and forth because I was post shows and stuff like that, and then we come out and just to see how we would get along and stuff like that, and then.
When was that? When was that you guys met? There.
We knew each other for a couple of years. We had mutual friends. We were friends for years, and then.
Okay.
In September, October-ish.
Yeah.
And we started just kind of hanging out, coming out to visit, and then she would come and go back and forth just to see how the vibe was,
Yeah.
And
I always loved San Diego.
Yeah,
San Diego.
yeah.
I
is a
know.
great
What's not to
place.
like, right? It's so nice.
I go out there for competitions.
Yes.
And always wanted to train at the gym because it was just the best place to go to. And that's actually the first time I ever saw Derik. He was there. And it was this whole joke about these white pants when we first met that, I'm a powerlifter, and so one of the things when you go to a gym like that is there's different weights and they weigh the different amounts, you have to be precise and particular OCD about that. And so he saw me looking because he's the exact same way, so he was helping me gather the plates, and that was my first interaction with him. But he had these white pants on, and I was like, wow, how does he fit those legs in those pants?
And I told her, I didn't know what she was talking about. This is like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing, and she's like telling me, and we have a good friend, Nate, that had told us about it, and I'm like, what are you talking about white pants? I get some white pants. I'm like, how many white pants? You know what I mean? And then I guess I do. I forgot. So that was kind of a joke with it. And then
So it's an ongoing inside joke now.
Gotcha.
He's wear the white pants.
I wanted to focus on you a little bit because we've talked so many times with Derik. I want to talk to you too, Derik. But so Eva, you actually are from Canada.
I am.
Same place as I was. I mean, close. and you've been here for 4 years. So what brought you here? I'm curious.
I originally came here. I moved to New York. Then
You did?
Yeah, I moved to New York, and then I was in South Carolina for a little bit, and then I got a job here in Vegas, and so I moved here that was like two and a half years ago.
What kind of work did you get here?
I worked for a company called Fit Infinity. It was a training company here in the city.
Okay.
Great people, stayed with them. But then when I met Derik, and then we were traveling back and forth, of course, loving San Diego, and just it was the best move for the both of us. He owns a home there, and so it was.
Yeah, he'll never leave. So you had to go.
Well, I don't know why I'd want to. It's a great place. So.
You love San Diego. I mean, Vegas is getting. I mean, we're talking off camera. Vegas, for someone like you, Derik, I know all your clients and friends are in California, but Vegas is for someone like you who lives bodybuilding inside and out.
We'll see when she makes the big bucks.
Yeah.
We'll buy a condo.
Oh, that's the plan. That would be good. That way you can spend half your time over here, half your time over there.
She has clients here too, so that
yes.
way that's where it comes out. Like she needs to come out every 6 to 8 weeks. So I've actually talked to the owner here, Justin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to set it up where I'll contact him and let him fill the book up and get.
Because I gotta tell you, when I saw you train yesterday at the pro champion time, you two fit right in.
I didn't think anyone would be here. I thought because of Brandon's charity,
Yes.
I walked in, Rodin's there, Stan's here,
Everyone's
Flex
here.
is here, and I'm like, and Dennis Wolf is here, who I've known for years.
Yes.
I was like,
This gym
this
has
was
such
fun.
a great vibe.
I know.
Such a great vibe.
And it's not always about the equipment or the building. It's about the people in it. That's what
A
makes
building
it.
is empty without
Yes.
without the people that create
Yeah.
the environment.
The vibe. Yeah. So okay. So 4 years of Canada. What did you go do in New York? Same thing, training people in New York? Or?
Well, I've always had my online business, but when I originally came there, I had met someone and through powerlifting.
Okay.
And so I was with him, and so that's originally what had happened. I'm no longer with him,
Okay.
obviously.
Well, she's humbling her powerlifting.
Yes.
She's a world champion. She's
Wow.
has world records, and she's
Wow.
It's 2018. I took the all-time Wilks record, which is the strength coefficient.
Wow.
That they measure strength in powerlifting, and so I took that in 2018. It's a performance, there's records are meant to be broken. It was fun. I love powerlifting. I started in bodybuilding, and I had no idea how strong I was. And my old coach Greg Doucette one day just said
I know
to me,
that name.
Oh, Greg is amazing. He's amazing. I was with him for
crazy
6
YouTube
years.
channel. Very smart.
Yes.
guy.
Oh.
Crazy but very intelligent.
That's where. Okay.
Super honest, gives it to you straight. I mean, I love Greg to death. Anyway, he saw me one day training, and he just said, okay, you need to go into a powerlifting meet. This is stupid. So we did that, and it was a lot of fun, and I still love powerlifting, obviously, but I would switch back and forth. I do powerlifting meet, then I go back and I do a show, and eventually, I went to Canadian Nationals, and then I won my pro card, and I won
Nice.
my pro card and took that all-time record in the same year.
Wow. What year was that?
That was in 2018.
So 2018, you won the Canadian Championship.
Mhm.
You got your pro card there.
I was at North Americans.
Oh, North American,
So
okay,
I won
gotcha.
it at North Americans, and then the same year is the year that I won the. Actually, that was in 2017.
Okay.
And then the following April, so 2018. So in that 6
Okay.
months time, in April, I took the all-time powerlifting record.
Was it hard to leave home?
You know what? I've always loved to travel. I've always been kind of a vagabond. I like to go and discover new
Adventurous.
places, and I love people. So for me, it was an adventure. I miss my mom like crazy. We're super tight. I always have been. I'm an only child, so I have brothers and sisters. Not a lot of family, but the family I have I'm very close with.
Yeah.
So I definitely missed that aspect of it. But I love being in the U.S. and I love the West Coast.
Yeah.
I love San Diego. Have always loved San Diego. And
Yeah.
Of course, I love him. So these are two.
Yeah. I'm only asking because it's, a lot of us obviously have left. You left back east to move to, so we traveled quite a bit. But I always find that it's harder for girls because they're usually closer to their family. It's different for a girl than for guys. Guys are usually just like.
Yeah, I'm from a small town called Heartland. It has its little mark on the map by saying it has the longest covered bridge in the world. Really small town place. There wasn't a lot there for me.
Right.
I was the only trainer in the town in the gym that I worked at, but it was really, there wasn't a lot there for me to pursue if I wanted to take and travel, and you know what I mean? So,
Further yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. Powerlifting wasn't as big as it was in the United States, really.
Yeah.
Same thing with bodybuilding for me,
Yeah.
where I was located. Our province, the promoters that do shows there is amazing. She put on, so many great shows, but it's just there wasn't a lot of it. There was no female bodybuilding there in
Right.
the category at all. It
Right.
was just women's physique, and that was the first year I competed.
Okay.
In 2013 when they came out with that.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm sure you made Derik happy by moving here. That's
We're
awesome.
we're very, very alike. And then, you know how us guys are a pain in the ass, which we all are. Right? We all have
Especially
that-
you.
Yeah, no, that's how I'm calling myself out, And it was so like, they say, what's so nice about it? I said, like, she knows how to deal with my bullshit. Like, she knows if you have a temper or if you're stubborn with this thing, like, she knows it, she gets it, she knows what the fuck, like, she can be like,
It's compatibility.
but she can go like this
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
and then I walk, and I know, like, fuck, sorry, like, the thing is, like, I have to own my shit because, like, she doesn't attack me,
Yeah.
she knows.
But
it.
you know what? You're one of those people that gets so much better with age. Also, you really calmed down quite a bit. I've known
See, I
you for
told-
many
see,
years,
hear that.
and you're just. He is so good now compared to what he used to be, man.
Yeah, and like, but she even now when I lose some stuff, she actually knows how to like grab it and say the couple of things where I can go like, and I'll catch myself and be like, shit. And she's like, yeah, you caught yourself though.
Yeah.
And when I'm a shit sometimes,
Yeah.
she'll say, you know what, that's not right.
Well, I
and I
think-
walk away.
Yeah.
And I gotta go.
Yeah, but now you're listening to her and yourself.
No,
'cause
I like
before,
it.
I think in the
no,
back,
I
I don't
it's
think
like,
you.
she can say you own your
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
can go like, fuck. It may take me a couple extra minutes to
Yeah.
like catch it, but I'm like, fuck, she's right. She's just trying to be helpful to me as a shithead
Yeah.
and go back, so it gets better because she knows how to do my shit.
Well, when you I think learning to trust, it's hard to trust, especially the older you get, I find that it's been more difficult for me to trust. And when you find someone that actually has your back, I say your ride or die, who truly, regardless if you're not together, like if you have their back, that makes a huge difference in
Yeah.
how you interact because we were friends first. And so there's
know.
a difference between having a boyfriend and having a companion.
Yeah.
And we share the same interests. We like the same things. I mean, he's way more of a nerd than I am, obviously, because he loves like his comic stuff. But I enjoy those things too, and we've opened each other up to different worlds in our own personal hobbies that we enjoy, and it's been great. It's been fun.
Talk to me about because you're obviously prepping for the same show, the 2021 Tampa Pro. How is that to have two pro bodybuilders prepping in a house together? Is that a good thing? Are you guys?
I don't see why people. When I hear people say it's hard, I don't see why. I'd have a harder time if I'm prepping and she's not. Because
you've done that in the past. We've talked about this before, and there was a time where you couldn't have the two of them people prepping at the same time. So one was prepping, one wasn't.
So
That's why
I can prep. If you're eating junk, I can prep. I don't
Yeah,
care with it.
yeah.
But it's that thing where if you're on prep mode, every meal counts. If
Yes.
we're gonna go to the movies, we're gonna go here. Like we came out here for our meals.
Yeah.
She has the food cut in a bag. Like I'm gonna prepare the things. When you pull the chicken out of the bag, Derik 8 ounces. Eva this one.
She's
Kind of
very
was-
organized.
But the thing was, I was like, that's how I was. But she even took a little step further. So we come out, we got the pan, we got this. I checked the
So
hotel.
it makes it even easier.
Yeah, so we come out, it's just like, we're going to go to the gym here, we're going to do this. And
Yeah.
We've been here for like almost 3 days.
Yeah.
And we don't stop. It's very hard for us to get our own time. We were talking about that today. Like, we couldn't get our own time. We're very guilty of that. She has clients out here. And
Luckily, I'm easy to work with.
no, you're very, yeah, you're right. No, I mean, but then like Flex and like Jay, if I have to work on them, I never worry about them. But if someone comes out and hey, someone else wants a massage, I can't say no. All her clients want to see her.
Of course.
So we lose our like. Let's spend the time by the pool yesterday. That didn't happen.
I know.
We had like 3 hours, and the 3 hours just.
Every minute is
a
accounted
what I
for.
think it is for us with prepping for shows, because I've prepped for shows before by myself, and it's been way harder than, and I've also prepped with other people. And I think that you have to have personality, you have to have your yin and yang, because if I'm tired, he picks up the slack.
Yes.
And if he's tired, and I know that he's massaged at night, and it's a Thursday, he's wrote off for the week. That's tough,
Yeah.
So we complement each other, and he knows how to cook, which is awesome for me, because I've never really had that before.
But I don't think he wants to because he tells
Well,
me
no,
off camera how great you are. So I don't think he wants
I
to.
think my cook is like, if she says, hey, I need steak, I'll have it cooked and like. But understand when you talk about like go to dinner,
Yeah.
I'm not going to dinner. I'll pay her to cook a meal because it's to the level of someone who can cook. She can make a meal that's like you would go, oh my god, to.
Yeah.
I watch her make the meal.
Yeah.
What I mean by it is, how someone's, I'm going to cook dinner for you tonight. It looks like this big preparation. she makes this meal, and I go like, holy shit! And I watch her make it, and she's like it's not a big deal. If she has what she needs, she preps it so easily. And when you look at it, I'm like, that must have took 3 hours. And it takes like an hour. So I'm saying is, like, she knows how to cook to where it's like tastes unbelievable, it's presented unbelievable, but it's not a big job, and she loves to do it. But as far as food wise, if she says, hey babe, I'm coming home late, can you make steak? It's done. But today, she was with clients, and we need extra meal. I'm like, what do you need? What's your meal?
You can count on each other.
I
get that.
He brings my meal.
Yes.
So because we were running short on time, it's just you just kind of fill in the holes.
Yes.
We came later for you. It's like I had like this. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, let me text Dave because she was running late.
Yeah.
Can we get a third meal in? Yep. I got the meal, made it, and come in. So then we're still on track.
That's
the
awesome.
thing. And just we don't ever. It's just like I got you. And the thing we actually do is like she'll say, I don't want to bother you. I'm like, please bother me, because she'll do the same thing. It's always like, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. We almost have to fight each other. Say, let me fucking help you.
And not only that, but he is a really great dieter. So there are some people that diet that I don't think they should diet.
Why? What do you mean?
They complain, or it's the diet's so hard, or or they get edgy. Derik is not like that at all.
Yeah.
He literally is the same all of the time. He may be tired, but he never changes how he is. He's always the same.
That's a very good point.
And nice.
Yeah. Even though he's got a short fuse. He can't get.
But he's not that way with me.
Not even with diet. I never actually saw his mood diet, whether he's off season versus dieting. A week out from the show, he's always the same. Because I think he realizes this is a choice he made. He wants to do it. He enjoys the process. So why take it on someone else?
Yeah, and I also think, in that point too, what's important to think about is that because he's that way. When you're around a certain person with a certain vibe or environment, you can mimic that vibe, where it's easy to keep your levels at that same level, right?
He inspires you in that way.
So it almost empowers me, because I'm not as good at dieting as he is, because I haven't done it for as long, by far.
Right.
And so for me, it's been really nice, because he kind of leads the way on that, and it really helps me in my own journey, just by being around that. That's a huge thing for me.
Yeah. Talk to me about between bodybuilding and powerlifting. Obviously, when you're a powerlifter, you don't really care about what you eat and the dieting part and everything, and you're probably a little heavier and stuff. As a girl, as a person, do you actually like yourself better in the bodybuilding world, because you obviously look different than in the powerlifting world? Does it matter, or you don't care?
Well, I'll tell you, it's an interesting question, because as I was always into bodybuilding. I was into bodybuilding before I became a powerlifter. And one thing I always recognized early on in powerlifting, the better conditioning that you're in, the better lifter you become. So that can be the difference between making that third lift and not. So I always put a lot of emphasis on my nutrition.
Okay.
So I never really went out of shape.
Not crazy.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I mean, she's actually a really clean eater.
Yeah.
She's more about like the balance of a diet, fats, fruits and vegetables. We're about protein, carbs.
Yeah.
He loves chocolate. He's a chocoholic.
I didn't know that.
I'm definitely not a sweet person. If I was going to have something, like, I'm not going to turn down a piece of cheesecake if we were going to do something, but that's it. It's not my jam.
Right.
I'd much rather have something that's salty. So for me, the food really, I never really looked at it as in I like my body one way or the other. I think it's really cool to kind of reveal the steel, to see what's under there, because that's what I really want to do. I want to see what I've got. I haven't really had that level of conditioning, and I want to get that. I want to see what that is. I'm fascinated by that, the levels and the process and all those things. So powerlifting, you have a little bit more fluff because it's easier on your joints.
Right.
And it makes you more stable when you lift.
Right.
But the more I do it, the better you kind of get at it. And I think it's like a skill of anything else.
I enjoy the suffering.
Yeah,
that's
I know
why
you
it's
do.
easy to diet.
You're old school.
But the thing is, like, when you watch people who can't do what you do.
Yeah.
So when I see people bitching and complaining,
yes,
I'm like, dude, I'm on 50 grams of carbs today. They'll be like that. They're like, I'm on 150. I'm like, I'm on 50, and I'm smiling. The thing is, it's that thing where you can't do what I can do.
I know. I get that.
That's where I think the levels of.
I understand.
Like bodybuilding. I think like it's when I see people bitching about it, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm doing legs today at 100 grams of carbs.
I know. It's nice to know you're doing something not everyone can do.
Right. And the thing, I don't know. I never had a fascination with food. I mean, do I like a burger? Yeah, but it doesn't. That's not my vice.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I think you and I gel so well on that point is that he wants me to be able to do it as well as he does, and he pushes me to be that way. So it's to level up, to make you want to be better. And I think when you're with some, especially in a partnership, whether you're training, whether you're doing a hobby outside, whatever it is.
It can be tough, I know, but that's where, because I care more. About my clients, I care more.
I was just gonna say, Derik, you're like that not only with you, I'm sure, but with everyone. Since I've known him, he's always been. He's not a jealous person in the sense that he wants everyone around him to do well, to get better.
Every time I look around the gym, we'll go somewhere. It doesn't matter where we are, and we run into people because everybody knows who he is. And I look over, and he's working on somebody's arms up in the air.
I know.
He's got an elbow and
he can't help.
Like Dennis,
he can't help it.
Like Dennis on my shoulder. Let's play with that.
He loves that stuff, But it's nice because he's not stingy. He's not greedy. He does things because he likes it.
Well, I
he
think
loves
a lot of people in
people.
relationship, they get jealous, right? Of the other one.
Yes.
They start to take off, and mine's.
I know you're not like that.
I think it's because I'm happy where I got to.
Yeah.
Like no one ever thought I'd be pro. No one thought I'd make it to Olympia. I made it twice. You know what I mean? Like I had up-team contracts for the years when it was like good. I saw the world and all that. So if someone is with me and I can say, "Want a piece of the pie? Let's go get it." When they get a piece of the pie, I get to down. I'm there with them, and it's like
I know.
I get to ride that wave, and I'm training with them. I'm guiding with them.
It's a good way to be there. More people should be like
it's
that.
Like even like with Jay, I talk to Tim all the time, and I feed off of him because he's up here, and he's throwing shit back at me. He's like, I said, "Look, I want to get home. I'm out here." I said, "I'll watch the dump for you," because he's not here. And he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "We're here for 3 days, but I want to get home." And he's like smart, you know what I mean? Because he's like staying in your little thing and like that, and that's passes on is. He's the king of the hill. Yeah. And he's always like inspiring other people and it's type of thing like he's happy.
Always.
He doesn't get jealous of anybody, and mine's like.
And that's why he's doing so well.
Yeah. And same thing walking to the gym. I'm like, dude, you're killing it. Not like, oh, he's fat. It's more like, come on, man, pick it up. Like you got to show the road. You just gotta be happy with it.
So this will be your very first pro show, Eva, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How do you feel about it?
Are you
excited?
I'm excited. It is a huge learning curve because everything that I thought that I knew or that I expected is different. Posing has been challenging. I won my pro card in women's physique, and I'm going to go into female bodybuilding. Oh yeah! So I'm learning new poses. So I have a great teacher, but it's been fun. Just the whole process of taking pictures in the morning and all of those things.
We won't talk about.
I'm not good in the morning of taking
photos.
She's
not like she comes in, and that's on the same even like in coaching, right? You said I do pictures in the morning for Chris. I go to bed and I'm half asleep, and I can hit him. But her being new at posing, when she gets up, you're not there, and she'll hit the pose, and the look on her face is like, "Fuck this shit." and I go, "We're done," and she gets frustrated. I'm like, "No, it's not because I'm stopping because you're irritated. You're not ready to. Let's just wait later."
So then we'll go do it.
We'll go
after
to the
we're
gym.
Done training.
Yeah, she goes to the gym. She's in the shots, and I'm like, she's like, "Pow, pow." I said. See, and I'm just pointing out that maybe cardio in the morning is not good for you. And it's not. I mean, it's got to say, hey, you got to do cardio after you train. It fits you better. You're stressing yourself out. But when she poses, like I was telling her, like, you're better than you think. When she hits the shot, she studies. So she'll watch me, and I can see it. And I'm like, go through. Then all of a sudden, I watch her do it, and she nails it. So I'm not worried about her posing. I can just tell, like, she's gonna be better than she thinks. But again, it's when 12 weeks out. She's gonna practice her brain.
I absolutely love the process of this stuff. It's just I like the day in and the day out. I've always kind of said that. I love to train.
The journey.
I love the food, and I really I think I'm just trying to embrace it and enjoy it and see how it feels because I think every prep is different too, regardless of what you're doing. So this one will be different than the next one, but I just really enjoying this one because we get to do it together. Yeah. And I've never had that. Yeah. And it just makes me happy. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really great. Cool. I'm glad you guys found each other. I'm glad that I'm a big fan of Derik. He's a great human being. Obviously a good bodybuilder, but he's got so much to offer and so much experience and he loves teaching people. And as long as he finds people around that are willing to listen, which is what he loves. Guys, I really appreciate you coming all this way to Vegas. I'm glad I caught you today because you're leaving tomorrow. And I'm going to work on this video. We're going to put it up quick. Derik, I appreciate you coming back again. Eva, so nice to meet you. It was a pleasure, and I can't wait to see you guys again. I wish you the best of luck at the Tampa Pro. All right.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.